everyone, ready for another deep dive.
Ready to go?
This time, we're tackling Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire.
Yeah, this one's a bit of a turning point.
Definitely a turning point.
Yeah.
So many things change in this book, and I think it's one that a lot of people, maybe they've seen the movie, but they haven't read the book in a while.
Yeah.
So we're going to really get into some of those details.
Yeah.
And try to unearth those hidden gems, those little thought-provoking things that maybe we didn't notice the first time around.
Well, what's interesting is how this book kicks off in a very, seemingly normal Muggle setting, Little Hangleton.
Right.
And then, bam, we're hit with the Riddle House murders.
It's true.
It's like that classic Rowling blend of the ordinary and the extraordinary.
Yeah,
Okay.
and the way she describes, she lure you in with this sense of normalcy. And then suddenly, you've got the riddles, eyes wide open, cold as ice, still in their dinner things.
Yeah.
I mean, talk about chilling.
Yeah. And for a good chunk of the book, it seems like Frank Bryce, the gardener, is our villain.
Right.
Yeah. It's that classic red herring.
Yeah.
She cleverly plants those seeds of suspicion, making us question Frank's motives, his past.
Exactly.
But then the real reveal happens, that scene where we see Voldemort and Wormtail at the Riddle House.
Right.
That's where things take a sinister turn.
And Voldemort's line to Wormtail, one more death, and our path to Harry Potter is clear. I get chills every time I read that.
Right.
Because it's not just about killing Harry.
Exactly.
It's about removing obstacles, clearing a path to ultimate power.
Yes. It's this chilling foreshadowing of Voldemort's ruthlessness and his obsession with eliminating anyone in his way. But while all this is happening, Harry's miles away, blissfully unaware. Right.
Well, not exactly.
Oh.
I mean, he's got that burning pain in his scar. It's like this dark beacon, pulsating in sync with Voldemort's growing power. It's more than just a physical sensation. It's a magical connection, this tie that binds Harry to his destiny.
And this connection, this shared pain, it foreshadows the Dark Mark's appearance later in the book.
Yeah.
It's that visual manifestation of Voldemort's power, a symbol that strikes fear into everyone. But before we dive into all that darkness, let's take a quick detour to the Quidditch World Cup.
Yes. It's like this burst of excitement and camaraderie,
Yeah.
This reminder that even in a world threatened by darkness, there's still room for joy and celebration.
And it's one of my favorite examples of Rowling's world building. The level of detail from the leprechaun mascots to the Vila, those enchanting creatures that can distract even the most seasoned players.
Right.
It's all so vividly imagined.
And I just love, the thrill of the game.
Oh, yeah.
But of course, the festive atmosphere is shattered when the dark mark appears in the sky.
Right.
It's this stark reminder that evil is lurking just beneath the surface.
It's pivotal because it shatters any illusion of safety and marks the return of Voldemort's followers, the Death Eaters. The wizarding world is on the brink of war, and nobody, not even Harry, is immune.
So then we shift to Hogwarts, where the Triwizard Tournament is about to begin. 3 schools, legendary challenges, 1,000 galleons prize money. What's not to love?
Right. Well, besides risking your life.
Yeah, that's true. But it's this test of skill, courage, and magical prowess.
Right.
And then, of course, you've got the introduction of the Goblet of Fire, this impartial magical artifact, which just adds this layer of mystery and suspense.
Yeah.
And, of course, nothing goes according to plan. Harry's name is drawn from the goblet,
Right.
making him a 4th champion,
Fourth champion.
despite being underage and never having entered.
It's one of the book's biggest mysteries. Was it a genuine mistake? Or was there something more sinister at play?
Right.
Some believe it was sabotage, an attempt to put Harry in harm's way. Others think it was a magical glitch, a manifestation of the goblet's own enigmatic power.
It definitely throws Harry into the heart of the tournament, whether he wants to be there or not.
Yeah.
And the first task,
Dragons.
dragons.
Talk about a trial by fire. Each champion faces a different breed of dragon, each with its own unique challenges.
And I love how each champion approaches their dragon differently.
Yeah.
You've got Cedric using transfiguration to distract his dragon, Fleur trying to lull her.
Ouch.
And then there's Harry.
Right.
He takes to the sky, using his Quidditch skills to outmaneuver the Hungarian Horntail. It's a breathtaking display of daring and skill. But it also highlights his recklessness.
Yeah, he's not just trying to win. He's pushing boundaries, testing his limits.
And he wins.
He does.
But the victory comes with this cryptic clue, hidden inside a golden egg.
Right.
Which, as it turns out, contains a riddle that can only be deciphered underwater.
Yeah.
Why do you think Rowling chose an underwater challenge for the second task? Why not just like a straightforward riddle?
Because it's about more than just solving a puzzle. This second task is about facing fears, exploring the unknown, discovering those hidden strengths. The Black Lake, with its murky depths and those mysterious inhabitants, it represents the subconscious,
Right.
the unexplored parts of ourselves.
So Harry's journey into the lake is like a journey into his own inner depths,
Yeah,
a confrontation with his anxieties and vulnerabilities.
precisely. And his encounter with the mer people, these creatures who live in a different world with their own laws and customs, it exposes him to a new perspective, a different way of seeing the world.
And the fact that he saves not only Ron, but also the other hostages, even though it costs him points, I mean, that speaks volumes about his character.
It does. He's not just competing to win. He's acting on his values, his sense of fairness, his compassion.
Right.
And I think that's a key takeaway from this task. It's
Yeah.
not always about winning at all costs. It's about staying true to yourself and doing what's right, even when it's difficult.
Okay, so Harry's conquered dragons, navigated the depths of the Black Lake, faced his fears. What could possibly come next?
Well, remember that unsettling reappearance of Barty Crouch Sr.?
Right?
And the increasingly strange behavior of Mad-Eye Moody.
Mm-hmm.
The pieces of the puzzle are starting to come together, but the truth, when it's revealed, is far more shocking than we could have imagined.
Hold on tight, folks, because things are about to get real.
So that mystery surrounding Barty Crouch Sr. and Mad-Eye Moody, it just keeps getting deeper and deeper as the story unfolds.
It really does. You start to question everything.
Right.
And everyone who can you trust when even the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher might not be who they seem.
Exactly. It's brilliant how Rowling plays on our expectations and then just flips everything upside down.
Yeah.
But before we get to the truth about Moody, I think we need to talk about Cedric's death.
Oh.
Because that's a moment that really shifts the entire tone of the series.
Oh, absolutely. It's heartbreaking.
Yeah.
Cedric, this kind, talented young wizard, cut down in his prime.
Yeah.
It's just this stark reminder of the cost of Voldemort's ambition and the dangers of underestimating his power.
And it forces Harry to confront death and loss in a way he never has before.
Right.
Up until this point, the stakes have been high.
Mm-hmm.
But there's always been this sense that good will triumph.
Right.
Cedric's death just shatters that illusion.
It does. It's like a line has been crossed.
Yeah.
And there's no going back.
And it's not just Harry who's affected.
Right.
The entire wizarding world is grappling with this news of Voldemort's return.
And it's interesting how everyone reacts.
It is.
Some, like Dumbledore and his allies, they accept the truth and they prepare to fight.
Mm-hmm.
Others, like Fudge, they cling to denial.
Right.
They're afraid of the disruption of the status quo.
I think it's easy to judge Fudge.
Yeah.
But his denial comes from this deep-seated fear of change, of losing control.
Right.
He represents that segment of society that would rather ignore a problem than confront it head on.
Which we see a lot of.
Exactly. It's a theme that resonates even in our own world,
Absolutely.
But while the Ministry is burying its head in the sand, Harry finds solace in his friends.
Yeah. Their bond is unbreakable. Ron, Hermione, and even Sirius, despite being on the run, they provide Harry with this sense of belonging.
Yeah.
A source of strength in the face of adversity.
It just highlights the importance of human connection,
Mm-hmm.
of having people you can rely on, especially during tough times.
Absolutely. And let's not forget those smaller acts of kindness, too.
Right.
Like Dobby providing Harry with the gillyweed for the second task.
Dobby, he's a true hero.
He is.
He may be a house elf, but his loyalty to Harry is immense.
Yeah.
And his actions remind us that heroism can come from the most unexpected places.
It's true. It challenges our preconceived notions about power and status.
Exactly.
But speaking of challenges, let's go back to the tournament tasks themselves.
Okay.
What did you think of them?
Intense.
They were intense.
Each task really pushed the champions to their limits, testing their physical abilities, their magical skills, their mental fortitude.
The first task with the dragons.
Oh, yeah.
It was a spectacle of fire and fury,
It was.
emphasizing courage and quick thinking.
And remember how each champion approached the dragon differently?
Oh, yeah.
Cedric using Transfiguration Fleur, attempting a charm.
Yeah.
Crumb going for a more direct attack, and Harry taking to the skies.
Right. It highlights the diversity of magical talent
Yeah?
and the importance of adapting your strategy to the situation.
Exactly.
And that second task, the underwater challenge, it was more about problem solving and strategic thinking.
Right.
Harry had to decipher that clue, navigate a treacherous environment, and face his fear of the unknown.
It's symbolic of the challenges we face in life,
Yeah.
where we often have to dive into those depths of our own subconscious to confront our fears and discover those hidden strengths.
Right, and Harry's decision to save not only Ron, but the other hostages as well.
Right.
That was a defining moment.
It-
It showed his compassion and his willingness to put the needs of others before his own.
It's a testament to his character. He's not just a skilled wizard, he's a good person.
And then there was that third task, the maze.
Oh, yeah.
That was intense.
Intense.
It was a combination of physical challenges, magical obstacles, and psychological tests.
The maze itself is like this metaphor for life,
Right.
with its twists and turns, its dead ends, and those unexpected encounters.
And all those creatures within the maze.
Yeah.
Sphinxes, the blast-ended Scroots, even that Boggart that turned into a Dementor for Harry.
Yeah.
I mean, they represent the obstacles and the fears that we encounter on our own journeys.
It's like the whole tournament is this microcosm of life itself.
Right.
A condensed version of all the challenges we face as we grow and evolve.
And Harry, our protagonist, he navigates this metaphorical landscape with courage,
Yeah.
determination, and the unwavering support of his friends.
It's a powerful message.
It is.
Speaking of friends, let's talk about the Yule Ball.
Ooh, the Yule Ball.
It's this social event that brings together students from all the different schools, a chance to dress up, dance, and maybe even find a little romance.
It's a significant moment for our characters.
It is.
You know, Hermione, with her stunning transformation and newfound confidence.
Yeah, she emerges as a young woman,
She does.
shedding that bookish persona.
It's like a butterfly emerging from its cocoon.
It is.
And Ron, well, his jealousy over Hermione's friendship with Crumb,
Oh, yeah.
it's both humorous and heartbreaking.
It is.
You know, it reveals his own insecurities and
Yeah.
his unspoken feelings for her.
It highlights those complexities of teenage relationships, the awkwardness, the jealousy, the unspoken feelings.
And Harry, well, his first dance with Parvati wasn't exactly a fairy tale moment.
But it's relatable.
It is. We've all had those awkward first encounters.
Exactly. Even in a world of magic and wonder, the challenges of human connection remain the same.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
From the tournament tasks to the emotional turmoil of the Yule Ball. But we haven't even touched on the biggest reveal of all the truth about Mad-Eye Moody.
Get ready for this one, because this is where things take a truly sinister turn.
Hit me with it. Who is this mysterious imposter?
The Moody we've seen throughout the book is none other than Barty Crouch Jr.,
What?
a Death Eater who's been using Polyjuice Potion to maintain his disguise.
But why go to such lengths?
Well, Barty Jr.'s motivations are complex.
Yeah.
He's a product of a dysfunctional family, a father who valued ambition and obedience above all else.
So basically, daddy issues fueled his descent into darkness.
In a way, yes.
Wow.
Barty Jr. craved his father's approval, but he also found a sense of belonging and purpose in Voldemort's ideology.
Right.
He became a fanatic devoted to restoring his master to power.
And his plan was so devious.
Oh, it was.
Using the Triwizard Tournament as a cover, manipulating events to ensure Harry's victory, and ultimately his delivery to Voldemort.
It's a testament to his cunning and his ruthlessness. He was willing to do anything to achieve his goal, even sacrifice his own identity and manipulate everyone around him.
Wow, just when you think you've got it all figured out, Rowling throws another curveball.
Right.
But there's still so much to unpack: the revelations about Harry's past, the mysteries surrounding the Crouch family, and the devastating consequences of Voldemort's return.
And that's what we'll explore in our final part.
Okay, so last time we were talking about that big reveal about Mad-Eye Moody
Right.
actually being Barty Crouch Jr., a Death Eater, pulling the strings all along.
Yeah, a devoted Death Eater at that.
It's crazy how he fooled everyone for so long.
It really is a testament to his acting abilities. And the power of Polyjuice Potion.
Absolutely.
But what I find even more fascinating is just the depth of his deception. He didn't just want to get Harry to the graveyard.
Right.
He wanted to make sure that Harry won the tournament.
Exactly. He subtly guided Harry through each of the tasks, giving him just enough help to make Harry think that he'd figured it out all on his own.
Like a twisted kind of mentorship,
Right.
pushing Harry towards this predetermined fate.
Yeah, and it adds another layer
Yeah.
to that whole father-son dynamic
Right.
that we see throughout the book.
Yeah, think about it. Both Harry and Barty Crouch Jr., They're yearning for this father figure's approval.
Right.
But their paths diverge so
They
drastically.
do. Harry finds guidance and support from figures like Dumbledore, Sirius,
Yeah.
while Crouch Jr., he's drawn to the dark side, seeking validation from Voldemort.
Exactly. And it just shows how our upbringing and those influences around us can really shape our destinies.
But we can't forget about the climax in the graveyard.
Oh, yeah.
It's more than just the battle between Harry and Voldemort.
It is. It's a clash of ideologies.
But-
This fight between love and hate, light and darkness.
And it's during that priori incantatem effect, when their wands connect,
Right.
that we see the true power of love
Yes.
when those spectral figures appear.
I mean, the appearance of Harry's parents, Cedric, even Frank Bryce. It's incredibly poignant. They're not just ghosts. They're these echoes of the love and sacrifice
Right.
that bind them to Harry, giving him strength and protection when he needs it most.
It's like their love is what weakens Voldemort, giving Harry that chance to escape.
It does.
And Cedric's spectral form, with that plea to have his body returned to his parents, it just adds this layer of tragedy,
Yeah.
underscoring the human cost of Voldemort's return.
Cedric's death becomes a symbol of the innocence lost, a reminder of the darkness that's now fallen upon the wizarding world.
Yeah, Harry, he survives.
He does.
He escapes Voldemort and returns to Hogwarts with the truth.
But the wizarding world is divided.
It is.
Fudge, in his denial, he refuses to believe Harry's story. He's clinging to this false sense of security.
Which is so frustrating.
It is, but it also reflects that human tendency to avoid those uncomfortable truths.
It does. Fudge represents those who would rather just ignore a problem than face it head on.
Yeah, his denial just paves the way for further conflict and really highlights the danger of complacency.
But Harry, even though he's only 14,
Yeah.
he refuses to be silenced.
He doesn't.
He speaks truth to power,
He does.
even when it's met with disbelief.
It's a powerful reminder that even in the face of adversity, even when those in authority refuse to listen, we have a responsibility to speak up,
Yeah,
to fight for what we believe in.
exactly. And at the end of the book, Dumbledore, he acknowledges the darkness that has returned.
Yeah.
But he also emphasizes the importance of hope,
Right.
of unity, and of choosing love over fear.
His words are like a beacon of light in this darkening world.
They are.
And it's a message that resonates so deeply, even beyond the pages of this book.
Right.
In the face of challenges and uncertainty, we have to remember the power of our choices, the importance of our connections, and the strength of the human spirit.
It's been quite a journey, this deep dive.
It has.
We've uncovered hidden depths, explored complex themes, and gained a whole new appreciation for this pivotal book in the Harry Potter series.
It's a book that continues to resonate,
I bet.
to challenge us and to remind us of the power of love, friendship, and the choices we make when facing darkness.
So well said. So to all you Potterheads out there, keep those wands at the ready. Keep exploring.
Keep questioning.
Keep questioning. Keep the magic alive. Until next time, mischief managed.